Black Panther. This is coming to us from Jeff Snyder. Mate, I am not doing that. The disrespect. No. No, Kyle. No, this is getting cut. This is getting cut.
If you cut this, it's a dishonour to Ryan Gosling.
What about Chadwick Boseman?
Well, listen, right, let's go into the topic actually seriously now.
Right.
What does it mean by recasting? Because the character in universe has sadly passed away.
Yes, so this is what we're going to be chatting about, Kyle. So there's many different reasons and different ways they could do this. First of all, before we get any further into it, this is coming to us from Jeff Snyder, the Insider. So this guy's got like a 95% success rate when he's, bringing scoops out. So that's why we'll talk about stuff like this. Is Marvel now are looking to recast T'Challa? Okay, how will they do it? Because, like you said, he's dead in universe, in the main, in the sacred timeline. So how will they do this? Is it going to be a variant? You are trying to make me crack and it ain't happening. Is it going to be a variant of T'Challa from, let's say, the Fantastic Four's universe? Obviously, the Fantastic Four's got quite a connection with Black Panther. Maybe they could do it like that. Is it going to be his son, aged up, and then comes back in time, or something like that? There's so many different ways they could do it. But I think them looking to get a new T'Challa is the right thing. I think it would have been the right thing to do for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. You could have still honoured Chadwick Boseman that way, but I get it, it was out of nowhere, it was soon, very soon after his death that Wakanda Forever came out. When did Chadwick pass? 2020?
I believe so,
August of 2020, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you called me and just said Chadwick Boseman's dead. And I was like, I was just waking up and I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, August of 2020, and then Wakanda Forever came out in 2022. So obviously Marvel had a tough decision to make, and anything they did, I think people would have been mad at them. Well, they've done the route now of no recasting. They made Shuri Black Panther, which I love Shuri as a character. I say this every time. She shouldn't have been Black Panther. There was 3 better options there in front of her. There was Okoye, Nakia, and the person who was going to give the heart-shaped herb to last time, M'Baku. So, there were 3 better options there. But recasting is the right thing to do. They've tried that way. As much as... I don't want to say I like Wakanda Forever. It's what best way I could describe it, which I described it when it came out. It says it's the best time I've had at a funeral. But yeah, I think recasting is the right thing to do, and you can honour someone's legacy with that. Look at Harrison Ford now, taking on William Hurt's role as Thunderbolt Ross. Yeah, people were like, oh, the double standard. It's not the same though. Thunderbolt Ross was never a main character. He was a side character. So I guess that's why they did it with that. But no, I'm 100% down for a recast. I don't want to discuss who here right now, because I just want to talk about how I feel about it, and I think it's the right thing to do. But how do you feel about this, Kyle? And no, it shouldn't be Ryan Gosling.
And it should be Ryan Gosling. But anyways, you talk a lot of feel there, and I get that. It is still kind of tough.
I can be deep and emotional.
You can be. But it is a bit still quite fresh, I think, in our minds, just with Chadwick, obviously, his passing.
It'd be
but
5 years
I think
this year.
the way... I know. I think one of the the great things that Marvel did though is obviously they didn't recast, they did the film, and yeah, it wasn't like the best film in the world, and like you say, it does have like it feels like something's missing, and it obviously it is Chadwick. But at the end when they revealed that, you know, T'Challa had a son, and T'Challa, you know, the you know the child's name is T'Challa as well. That was like, okay,
Yeah.
Marvel did a really, really smart thing here, because what it does is it cements Chadwick's legacy in the films, in universe, as well as in real life, and it also then you can carry on doing the stories that involve T'Challa in the comics and things like that. You can, you know, you've got this big event coming up with Avengers. Just age him up in that, because you know
Yeah.
it's multiversal. There's time travel and stuff. I think that's the route they're gonna do it. Yeah, it's somewhat a little bit, you know, you can kind of theorize the direction they're going, like we've just kind of said, but it's it's the right thing to do, and
I
I
think
think they
aging
played
up
it really smart.
T'Challa's son is the best thing to do.
It was smart and it was surprising.
Yeah.
I think for me that was like such a bittersweet thing, bittersweet ending to the film.
Oh,
Um,
usually when
it,
a film
it was,
finishes, first thing me and Kyle do is look at each other.
yeah,
I could not look at him when that finished. You know, the Rihanna
yeah,
song's playing and everything. I'm just looking ahead, just like,
yeah. It's like I say, it's still quite fresh on our minds. But you know, again, it's nice that Chadwick's sort of legacy in the films and in real life is now
yeah.
cemented in the MCU, which is really awesome.
Oh, yeah, and he went on an absolute tear as well. Like the MCU projects he was involved in: Civil War, Black Panther, Infinity War, Endgame. That is, I'm telling you right now, 3 out of 4 of them films might be a lot of people's top 3 MCU films.
Yeah,
So yeah, but that you're right as well. The one thing that was missing from Wakanda Forever is Chadwick, and I feel like we are at a time now where we can accept a recast because we have also seen the other side of the coin, if you know what I mean. They've done the whole this one's for Chad, and now I feel like a recast is. I think it's hard to say. It's necessary, and I think it should have been done the first time round, personally, but they didn't. But they're finally doing it now, and I feel like they feel like now they've waited long enough to recast because half a decade, which is nuts. But yeah, we're not like I said, we're not going to talk about here who should play the new Black Panther. I'm sure whoever Marvel casts will honour Chadwick Boseman. You know, I've got a few ideas in my head, but I'm not going to share them here now. But anyway, Kyle, should we get on to our final topic?